Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Hodgepodge with Angela. Yes, you will notice that I have a little bit of a tan. I started using my self tanner. Nothing like feeling good about yourself with a little bit of tan. I have the bird here wanting to be held. Say hi. Say hi there. This is Georgia. So today I want to talk about something called the Reddit rabbit hole. Have you ever been down the Reddit rabbit hole? Georgia says, nope, I haven't. Well, I have. And how I got there is looking up something one day for journaling, bullet journaling, how to do it, looking up some different questions about it because I wanted to start, journaling and that kind of thing. So I somehow got into Reddit. And if you don't know what it is, it's a social media type site. And I don't really know what it is. I just know I got stuck in the rabbit hole. And when I got on there that day, I was looking up all this stuff about journaling and I thought, wow, this is really good. And at first, I don't think I signed up. I think I was just reading, and for you to be able to comment on something, you had to create an account. And what I kind of thought was cool about it is you could create it with just a random name. They gave you a name on there, and I don't even know what my name is on there, but so they would give you just a random name and then you could basically reply. But what I found interesting is that it was anonymous unless you change the name. So I didn't really give it a lot of thought at the time. Georgia's going to get groomed soon. She's all dirty. But I didn't really think about it much at the time because I thought, okay, well, whatever. But when I started looking at other pages and things like that, everybody's on. They have stuff about some celebrities and some country music singers and some influencers. Everybody has a Reddit page, and not necessarily a page that they themselves created. These are pages that people have created. And some of them are called snark pages. And y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something. Those are some of the meanest people in the world on those snark pages. They talk about those celebrities or those influencers, and they are just straight up mean. I mean, mean. Some of those things that they say, it's like, all right, I think I messed up. Some of those things that they say, it's just insane. There's one influencer page I got on and started looking at, and they were calling her a fraud. And there's another one talk about how the influencer doesn't take care of her kids. I mean, it is just insane. And I'm going to be honest, I got on there and I read a little bit of it. And then I'm like, this is just doing something to me. I can't be on these pages because I like these people. I like this country music artist. I like this influencer. And a couple weeks ago, put your head down, Georgia. I said, say no to influencers, but this is one that I actually like, Georgia. She's stealing my thunder, y'all. I start cleaning her eyes out, she'll get down. All right, you go over here and sit. But I like this influencer. Sorry about that. And I'm like, okay, I've got to get off of these pages. So I think you joined. I think that's right. So I unjoined or whatever. And then I kept getting the alerts that somebody had posted. And then I'd find myself getting right back in there, reading all the nasty comments. And then I got to thinking, why are people so nasty these days? I mean, people are just, we've got to do better as people. We got to do better. I mean, some of these people, some of the things that they would say, and then they're slamming one political party versus the other, and if everybody's bad, they're a part of this political party, and if they think they're better than anybody else, they're a part of this political party. It is just insane on this app. And so I got off of it as far as those pages. and it kept popping up, oh, you gotta, somebody responded, and you can upvote. I think that's what it's called. Like if somebody likes it, they'll put a like on Facebook or whatever. And then if they don't like it, they'll bump it down. And there's one particular country music artist and wife that people have a page on there. And it's funny because the upvote is their faces. So it's kind of funny, but it's just a shame that there's so much dislike for some of these people and some of the things that they say. Now, one thing is they won't let you post about kids. So, because there was somebody that posted about one of the influencers' kids, and they, I guess being Reddit, shut it down. But if you've never been down it, a lot of people say, oh, I got to go look at it now. I'm going to encourage you not to go look at it. I did delete the initial account that I had because I kept getting all those notifications about, somebody's posted this, and I didn't want to see it anymore because I have found that negativity like that on social media really affects my well-being. And it's all my fault. I know that it's all my fault because I'm the one that looks at it. I'm the one that has it pop up on my phone. So if I'm the one that's doing it, it's my fault. If it's coming and I'm reading it, it's my fault. So Hubby B always says self-inflicted, totally self-inflicted. It's all my doings. So I deleted that account, and then I'm like, well, I miss my journaling account. I miss my hair because they have so many, different hair accounts and people with different haircuts. And there's one called Fancy Follicles, and people will show you all these hair colors they're using, and they'll ask you, what you think of this color, what you think is that color. And I enjoy that. And so I signed back up to it, signed back up to the Reddit, and I just am following the pages that I like because I did open up a new account. And I'm just following the pages that I like. And I think I saw something the other day where you can go in there and actually put your name to it. Like I may put my Hodgepodge with Angela name to it because I don't want to be anonymous. If I'm going to post something, why be anonymous? I'm not going to say anything that I shouldn't say. And I that's one of the things I don't like about it is because you can be anonymous. One of the influencers, somebody had posted something about her kids before I got off the first time, about her kids and how they were going to report her to child services. And then somebody came and wrote back, and then everybody swore that was her husband. And so it was kind of funny because everybody would say, hey, so-and-so, and they were like, oh, this is her husband. We know that celebrities read the snark because they call it the snark. That's what they call it. And they know that they read it because they'll post something on their Instagram stories that actually talks about a post or something. Like if I were to say, oh, so-and-so looks good with blue hair or something, they may go to their Instagram and say, I don't look good with blue hair. That way they're reading the Reddit. They're reading the snark. And a lot of people will say, oh, that's so-and-so's husband. And they're reading it. And we know that they troll these pages. If I were those celebrities, there is no way in the world I would go onto those pages and read what is being posted about me. There's no way. I would cry. I would sit down and cry. I posted a video a while back about men and how disgusting it was to walk into a store, and this happened at Walmart and Kroger within like the 2 days of each other. And I posted it and said it was disgusting to see men spit. And somebody come back and wrote and told me to eat, poo, and die. And that hurt my feelings. And so I blocked the comments, but Hubby B's like, well, if you're going to post it, you have to be strong enough to take the comments, which I guess that's true. But, when somebody tells you to eat, poo, and die, that's just plumb mean. I didn't want that on my page. But I, as a celebrity or an influencer or something, there is no way I would go and read those comments because it would just be hurtful because of some of them. So the whole point of this rambling on in this show today is if you're on Reddit, stay away from that stuff. I love my social media. I love social media. I think it's fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy it for my planning. I enjoy it for my crocheting. I like seeing the influencers that I like because, there's a lot of them I don't. I like seeing that. I like to see new nail colors. I like to see the fun new silicone rings and that kind of thing. One of my favorite clothing brands that I follow is the Light Blonde. I love all of their stuff. This is actually one of their pieces. It says God is love. It was Valentine's, but I can wear this all the time. But so I like being able to see that, and I don't want to come off social media because of that, but I have limited myself on my iPhone. And you can do this through your screen setting, is you can actually go in there and tell it what apps to limit your time. I didn't know that until my friend from church told me that she did it. And I thought, well, I'm going to do that because I get so caught up in it sometimes. And then we end up in a rabbit hole, just like with Reddit. I ended up in a Reddit rabbit hole and I started seeing all this stuff. And it was like, whoa, I got to back out of here because I know God don't like me reading this and being included in all this stuff. So, but, I like my social media. I enjoy it. It's where I find out some new patterns, find out new launches, and those kind of things. I just don't want to get caught up in all that negativity because it does really, really. And I don't know these people. I don't know these celebrities, but you get on social media and you kind of feel like you do. And some of the things that are being said about some of them, I'm like, I'm so angry for them that people would write such horrible things. And then I was reading it and I'm like, I don't want to be involved in that. So whole point is of this show today, if you're in one of those toxic groups or something like that, take a break from it. Take a break and see how you feel after a couple of days. Now, I will say the first couple of days, it was like, I don't know what's going on. I had to know what's going on. But then after I had stepped back from it a couple of days, it's like, oh well. And those people that I quit following a couple weeks ago on Instagram, it has made my mood so much better because I don't feel the stress of having to go and buy that makeup that they're using or, checking out what they're promoting and that kind of thing, because I'm that type of person. Now, I've talked about going in debt and stuff like that. I'm not that silly. I'm not going to go in debt because one of those influencers go and buy, a couple $1,000 purse. I'm not going to do that. I used to, I would have. But I mean, just because an influencer is promoting some of their clothing line or they have a new launch or something, I don't feel the stress of having to buy it because I'm not there anymore on their pages. So anyway, lots of rambling today. Point of the podcast is if you've ever been down a Reddit rabbit hole, put them in the comments below and tell me what happened. Tell me which rabbit hole you found yourself getting into. And I don't want to tell you the ones that I got myself wrapped up into just because of the name or the celebrities and the influencers. I don't want to do that because some of them are pretty bad. And I wouldn't want somebody writing that stuff about me. So I'm not going to tell you who they are, but it was pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And I just, as a Christian, don't want to be a part of it. I know God doesn't like that. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed my rambling. Do list in the comments below if you have found yourself getting into one of those rabbit holes. And if you have some pages on Reddit that are actually good, like if you follow a crochet page or if you follow a planner page or makeup or hair color or something, nails, anything that you follow that you may enjoy, let me know in the comments below. And until next time, bye y'all.